Today we were able to win our second classic challenge here on the channel, and I used Splash Yard, which I'm pretty proud of because I really had never used Splash Yard besides today. So we hopped right in. We got an easy classic challenge win. I'm going to go over some replays, some close games. We ended up going 12-2. It was a lot of fun. We're going to show you guys how it's done, and hopefully you can learn something about Splash Yard in today's video. So first of all, when I say Splash Yard, this is the deck I used. It's pretty cheap. It's fun to use. I like the Knight instead of the Valkyrie at the moment. I haven't really tried it with the Valkyrie yet. Obviously, Valkyrie's great in the meta, so she does splash damage. She's going to be a strong card to use instead of the Knight if you'd like, but I like this one. It's super cheap, super effective. I believe every single match I won, I only won 1 tower to 0 towers. I think this is definitely how the deck is supposed to be played. A couple of the matches were all just Poison Cycle, but let's hop into the replays and show you what's good. So when I started this morning, which is when I played these matches, I was 10-1, which is a great start. Definitely not the guaranteed win though, and then we immediately lost right here. So we're going to focus on these last 3 replays. We'll watch them with you guys. Now, this match here, we're going against Hog Earthquake, a really powerful deck in the meta. He's also using Archer Queen. And I love watching replays in these classic challenges. If you ever lose a game and you're not sure why, it's always helpful to go ahead, take a look back, and then maybe you can see what went wrong, whether you overcommitted, whether you didn't be aggressive enough, something like that. But as you see here, we go with the Poison spell right on that Archer Queen. He immediately queues up that Hog Rider, knowing that it would come in. We were able to go with the Tornado here. And this game comes down really close to the wire. Like, you will see what I mean. That initial Tornado was not the cleanest, and we let the Fire Spirit connect. 2 major mistakes in the first minute of this match that I definitely should have paid a little more attention to. I think that definitely actually just lost me the game. Watching this back, that would make sense to me. You'll see what I mean in a little while. We have plenty of answers to him. We definitely should not have let that do any damage like that, but we decided to go with the Night Ice Wizard. I'm thinking of going with a push here. I like to be a little bit defensive and then really try and get some good graveyards down, but the exciting part about this deck, guys, is it only takes 1 good graveyard push to take an entire tower. You guys know how strong graveyard can be. If there's something tanking for your graveyard and you put that graveyard on that tower, and those skeletons will rip apart the tower, and that's why this deck, in my opinion, is fairly easy to use. Here we go with a much better NATO. The Hog Rider doesn't get a hit. The reason why it didn't is because we placed our NATO and it activated a split second before the Hog Rider was in its range. So then as we deployed it, as it came about, guys, that Hog Rider got swooped away in that NATO right to our King Tower. But yeah, we made a couple more mistakes up in here, so you'll see what I'm talking about. We don't have the lead, unfortunately, and he's got plenty of answers to us as we have quite a few answers to him. So that's why I think this match really could have gone either way here. Obviously, you saw we ended up losing it, but that is, we'll get into why, obviously, soon. 1 minute coming down to the wire here. We're about to get in double elixir. It's been a good start to this match. You'll see the Knight moving up, going to be able to tank. The Hog Rider coming in will be able to NATO this Hog, as everything else is distracting. The Hog Rider does end up getting distracted here by the Tombstone. Probably not the cleanest of defenses. It will get the job done, though. We go with a nice Barbarian here, which I actually like. The Baby Dragon gets splashed on. It makes him spend a bunch more elixir that I don't think he wanted to. And you can see we are still not in the lead in damage. How we survived so long like this, I don't know. We decide to go with the Baby Dragon in the back. The NATO's ready to go. And this time we decide to get that beautiful NATO onto the King Tower. We do have to be careful of those skeletons. Once again, a little bit of a mistake there. The skeletons being tanked for by the Hog Rider, we're able to get some hits. Not ideal. Now we go in with the graveyard. He's got 10 elixir. This man's got elixir flowing out of his ears because we are just spending so much elixir on defense, because, I mean, we're just slightly behind. We're trying to apply pressure while also trying to defend that Hog Rider, which every time he places his Hog Rider and we successfully defend it with the NATO, that's a +1 elixir trade for us. However, look at our King Tower. I should have seen this, but I don't think, I was so stressed, I was so distracted with that left tower. And since I was new to playing this Splash Yard deck, I did not even realize how low on HP our King Tower was. So I continued to NATO the Hog Rider to it, even though it was extremely weak, weaker than our Princess Tower even. Guys, that was a mistake. That's another mistake. We're counting up many mistakes already. And you got to be honest with yourself. Could that have been played better? Of course it have. See right there, guys. Not only does the Archer Queen get a hit, but the Hog Rider also got NATO'd there. I was very lucky that the Hog Rider did not destroy us. Really clean Bob Barrel, though. There's been a lot of good plays, even though we're pointing out some mistakes. We're doing well. We're hanging in there. We're about to get the lead with this Poison spell. Now, can we maintain it? I don't know. Right here's where I make a big mistake. Maybe. Yeah, no, this Hog's going to get a hit. Guys, that was not clean at all. I give him the well played. He played that one well. As you see, though, Our princess tower is weaker than his tower, but his tower is weaker than our king tower. So this is all nuts. We try and distract this knight, and then we go with the NATO, and right there, I mean, I completely forgot how low our king tower was. I was not paying attention to it. The Hog Rider legitimately only almost 3 counters right there, and that right there was enough for us to take the massive loss, I think, because look at this. His tower is getting shredded still. He's back to another Hog Rider. I honestly have no idea how this was even so close. The Hog Rider does barely get distracted there. It's going to have to get NATO'd. I mean, we're spending the elixir left and right. We get a really nice graveyard push here. It's coming down to the wire. 30 seconds left, guys. The graveyard is doing work, and the Hog Rider is just continuously coming in. We get a really nice tombstone, though. I now understand that I cannot NATO this Hog Rider, so he's going to keep going with the Quake spell. There's only 18 seconds left, and if you guys know anything about that Hog Quake, it is just so fast cycling, so difficult to defend. That Earthquake, obviously, it's impossible to defend, and so our King Tower was just too low. We couldn't hang with it. And he nails us with the last Earthquake with 4 seconds left. He played it well. We played it fairly well. Just like I said, quite a few mistakes in there that we could have cleaned up for sure. It was basically just came down to we NATO'd one too many times to our King Tower. Because 211 HP, I mean, that is not too far off. That was a great game, and I think you can learn a lot from that match. So then we were able to get a big win with the Royal Giant deck and a big win against the Skeleton King deck, and we're going to watch this match against the Skeleton King Mortar deck to show you guys how strong this deck is that we were using. Now we're going to watch until double elixir in 2 times, and then once it hits double elixir, we're going to go ahead, toss it in 1 time, and this was the game that we needed to win, or else if we lost the whole CC. There was a lot of pressure on this game, so we were just playing defense, playing smart. The Ice Wizard there tanks for that Dark Goblin nicely, and seeing that Skeleton King, a lot of people might be a little worried. I was happy about it though, because I know that this deck I'm using has so much splash damage. You have the Tornado, the Baby Dragon, the Barb Barrel, the Poison, the Ice Wizard. I could just go on, and honestly, if you swap the Valkyrian for the Knight, that's even more splash damage, which I might try that out as well. I don't know. But right here, Tombstone's a great answer to that Skeleton Barrel, guys. The Skeleton Barrel will get distracted. The Tombstone we don't really need for anything else, so that works out nicely. And the Dark Goblin comes down here. We decide to poison. Basically, in this matchup, I'm just taking whatever I can with the poison value and then just defending. We have everything we need here. He did a little bit of a good cycle there. The Mortars be getting shut down, but he was able to get a little bit of damage with those skeletons. Our Baby Dragon, though, gets on that tower, gets a big swing alongside the Barb. That's a lot of damage, guys. We have 1,300 more damage done than him, pretty much. You see the Mortar on defense there. See, that was a pretty big mistake on his end, guys. He didn't have a good matchup here at all, but that definitely was not the play because he gave us awesome poison value, and you guys are going to see in this match, we just kept getting great poison value. That's literally all it was. The NATO as well. I mean, we're just cleaning up right here. The Mortar of his got 1 shot, but it was not enough. You see, we forgot to switch it to 1 time, but right here, the Tombstone comes down. Nice and easy kite right there. He's got plenty of elixir. There's just nothing he can do with it because we're really focusing on defense. If you know that you have a lot of answers to your opponent, guys, don't rush. Play some defense. You don't need to throw down 20 graveyards. All you got to do is defend and poison cycle, especially if they are giving you that poison value, like this man was in a lot of cases. So you'll see here, we do go in with the graveyard. Not entirely sure why. Oh, yeah. I wanted to bait out the Skarmy, as you saw there. The NATO was awesome. We take out the Skarmy. We take out half the Dark Goblin. Right here, he's going to get a lot of things down, but no big deal. Just poison it. We got that splash damage going on. Then we're also able to go with the Ice Wizard to slow stuff down. We can Barb Barrel. We got plenty of options here. We didn't need the Barb Barrel, but we tossed it down anyways, just to make sure. Because, I mean, we still have pretty much the same amount of elixir as this man's. So even though we're in overtime, even though he's held on decently well, you can kind of see where this match is going. We have absolutely destroyed him. And right here, I knew he had the Skeleton Army in cycle. I also knew he had the Bats in cycle. So 1 more NATO on that Skarmy. That's going to be it for us. And guys, all we needed was a couple more poisons, a little bit more skeleton damage, which we were able to get right there. And he gives us even more poison value with the Dark Goblin. He had to stop doing that. He gets a Mortar down. He gets a Skeleton Barrel. He has a very good deck. It's just not enough, and we have so many good answers to him. And that Baby Dragon placement I love, by the way. Right over the river there, able to snipe any sort of support cards they might place. We toss out the good game. He still's trying, but you can just see here, guys, that is an awesome win and a good feeling to end the CC on, especially your second CC, guys. So I'm going to keep grinding over here, trying to get to my 10 CC wins. I do encourage you guys to try CCs out if you're tired of ladder. It's a great break. But yeah, that was a good time. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more decks or you want me to try a deck of yours in a CC, drop it down below. I'll try some decks out today. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Master Diddy-san out.